to first of all get, this is your second innings in India, and you know the country better than many other people. Very quickly, can you tell me what you feel about this general air of pessimism that's around the economy, and why things have suddenly become, why do you think there is a sudden change in mood that everything is going in the wrong direction?
When an economy grows at very high speeds, it's really, like India was growing at 9–10% just before the economic crisis. This is a very profound system change, and that creates lots of shocks. Shocks in vested interests, shocks in established systems, established ways of operating, and so you need constant change to follow to sustain that. And to sustain this, to achieve this change, you need a lot of political realignment and consensus. And so I think what has happened is that you had, as the economy grew and created pressure, for example, on energy, power, to take an example. So the fact that you had such a huge increase every year, like 12–14% increase in demand for power, created a very significant stress. Now, the institutions and the system in place were not geared towards responding to that, for a variety of reasons that you know very well. Coal India has a structure that impedes it to be very responsive to demand. The tariff setting system is such that if you were to substitute Coal India coal by imported coal, you cannot reflect that in your cost structure. The captive mines were not allowed to sell in the domestic market. So you had a series of reasons. The regulators were not operating the way one expected them to operate when the reforms of the power sector legislation were introduced in 2003, I think. So you need to adapt and to change, and there was the coalition politics can very easily impair that change that need to evolve.
But you must have met people from all parts of the political spectrum. Now, one of the things that people say for a country of India's size and is that if there is a political consensus that the country needs to get richer and more developed, that whatever happens in terms of politics, there needs to be a kind of the comfort of continuity of economic policy in a certain direction, and that should be single-minded, very much like the Chinese have in a way.
Well, that's what the PM has said yesterday and today, that it's a national security issue, and I think he's very right. The question is, how do you translate that in a democratic setting? And India is not unique. You look at the United States, and they have failed massively in a variety of policy areas because it's very hard in democracies to work out consensus and agreements on. Same in Europe. Europe is going through an unnecessary, profound economic crisis, totally unnecessary, because people have different ideas about how to respond to an economic crisis.